We have experienced this in all our lives. We have seen others living or going ahead at the expense of others. We have been made as fool many times. There was once a very successful and well known merchant. Like all the other merchants, he brought goods from one place and traveled to sell them in another. On his trips, he met many people which he befriended, shared many stories with them all, and at the same time made a lot of money on them. You see, the merchant was very skilled at getting people to trust him, which he took advantage of to make money. He valued money above everything else. That is why he loved his job, or as he put it, his calling. With every sale or purchase he made, he had to win in the trade and was restless and relentless if he needed to be get the upper hand. He measured his success by the amount of money he made at the expense of others. But one day, after he had just begun his journey on the road, he found himself missing his pouch full of gold coins. He panicked and went back in the last spot where he was resting. At the same spot that he was resting not much time back, he found that some other man decided to rest there. The stranger asked the merchant if he was looking for something. The merchant, looking at the stranger with a mixed look of anger and surprise, responded, "Yes, I have lost my pouch full of gold coins." To which the stranger asked, "How much money was in it?" This sounded very surprising and suspicious to the merchant, but he still answered, 100 gold coins. The stranger was delighted. "Great, that means that the pouch I found is your pouch." The merchant took the pouch and thanked the stranger. But as he was about to leave, he suddenly got an idea that this was much like one of his deals he usually does, and that he could get some money from the stranger. So he decided to try to cheat the stranger. "Wait one moment. I just remembered that I had 200 gold coins in my pouch, which is what is the truth and where is the rest of my money?" The stranger looked surprised at the merchant and replied, "But that cannot be. I took no money. It is all there." The two could not come to an agreement, so the merchant called out for the help and he was being robbed. It just as happened that someone heard the cries for help and went looking for help and soon come back and with some knight with escorted the two to the royal court to solve this dispute. The king was just as he hated when people were trying to get rich at the expense of others. That is why he had taken up himself to solve such delicate matters. The king would often say that his calling was to bring order and justice to his people. Before he confronted the two, he made sure to get all the information about them from his royal spies. Once the two were brought before the court, the king asked which one of them want to explain his claim first. Of course, the merchant was the first to speak. "My king, I have come before you because I was wronged by this man. Have lost my pouch, and when I returned to the place where I knew I have lost it, I came across this stranger, which gave me back the pouch. When I confronted him about my misfortune, I was very pleased when the stranger returned the pouch to me, but I was disappointed when I found that the pouch was missing some gold coins." The king patiently asked the merchant, "How many coins you say were there in your pouch?" The merchant quickly responded, 200 gold coins. Then the king asked the stranger, "And how much was in the pouch you found?" The stranger calmly said, 100, my king. The king then took his time thinking the situation over and turned once again to the merchant. "Well, apparently that means that it wasn't your pouch. And if that is the case, then 100 coins belongs to the person who found them." The merchant wasn't able to do anything about the king's deliberation and ended up losing all of his gold coins. On other hand, they waved out. The king called out to the merchant and to the stranger, "I will not allow anyone to enrich themselves with the expense of others." The stranger looked at the king and thanked him, while the merchant kept his head down and went moving. So, what do we understand from this story? Is people who are trying to get richer at the expense of others is very, very simple. You may succeed time and again, but sooner or later, the word will get out who you are, and the people will stand up to you. So don't try to cheat anyone to make money, because it will not stay for long. Stay blessed.